Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Los here. We back on the throne of positivity, where the first is last and the last is first. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I gotta be real. I didn't I didn't want to make this video. It's like 9:30 or something. If you know me, I go to bed super early, like 9 o'clock. I'm ready to be in bed and dreaming with the Lord because I work early in the morning. I love to wake up early and pray and just be in the presence of God. But I felt like this was such a crucial video to make because there's so much shrouded mystery and misunderstanding around Christmas. And frankly, it annoys me. It really annoys me because I don't understand why Christians forget who they were. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And what I'm referencing is like, how do you go and try to judge other people? Like, how do you go and try to hold and oppress somebody because you believe a thing to be true, but you forgot where you came from? Like, wouldn't you want to be humble and then, like, if you are convinced of what you're convinced about, like, inspire the individuals around you to follow your example? Like, doesn't that make more sense than just making a claim that makes no sense in the first place and then trying to hark people down on that claim and oppress them by the pressure and the dominance of what you deem to be the law of God? And what am I talking about, right? People don't celebrate Christmas, and the reason why they don't is because they believe it's a Christmas. Christmas is a pagan holiday, which is just, I don't get it. It's literally in the name. Christ must. And God chose to use this holiday, the most important and popular holiday in the entire world, to glorify the name of his son. And you want me to stop glorifying God because you misunderstand what is in the book of Jeremiah? And I don't know the verse exactly in Jeremiah because everybody just loves to quote it, and it's just like, whatever. I'm not about to look it up. I'm doing this video on the fly. There's no script. I don't, I always do these videos impromptu and just go with the flow. So people read the book of Jeremiah where it says, one shouldn't cut a tree and put ornaments and gold and silver on it. And and they're like, oh man, that's God prophesying about Christmas. And it's just like, what's crazy to me? I don't know any Christian that when they put up their Christmas tree every single night before they go to bed or whenever their prayer time is, they bow down before the tree and they pray to the holy God of Christmas. They don't pray to the spirit of Christmas. They don't worship the tree. They understand that God created the tree. Yahweh, God Almighty, God above all gods, created that tree. But they decided to use that as a symbol. And they understand that that symbol has power, right? It's not that they're worshiping it. It's not that they're idolizing it. It's just a symbol. It's the mode of expression and worship to God that they want to use. And that's okay. That's okay. And it really just boggles my mind because all throughout history, who celebrated Christmas? Christians. Christians are who celebrated Christmas, if you look in the history and study this for yourself. But it really just blows my mind how people will use the Bible to reinforce ideas that they have already. And what do I mean by that? This goes beyond just Christmas, but very few people, I would say like 2%, pastors, leaders, and congregations included, like 2%, 5% of the population of Christians actually read the Bible for the Bible to speak to them. Most people are speaking to the Bible. 5% of the population are reading the Bible to be conformed by the Bible. The rest are just trying to conform the Bible to their theology. They have a theology that's predisposed, and then they want to make everything make sense from the Bible based on that notion. And that goes for denominations, holidays, dietary laws, and all this other stuff. And it's just like, man, it's so unfortunate. Why are you using the book of Jeremiah to further propagate your idea that we shouldn't celebrate Christmas because you believe that it was established in the Council of Nicaea so that pagans can come and convert in droves? Do you even know what happened at the Council of Nicaea? Who attended the Council of Nicaea? How many bishops attended during that time? What was the purpose? What were the topics that were discussed in that council? See, because you make these bold claims, but these bold claims that you made don't demonstrate your boldness. They demonstrate your ignorance when you speak. When you quote Jeremiah, what is the book of Jeremiah about? Who's this weeping prophet? Who is Jeremiah? Do you know anything beyond the 29th chapter of Jeremiah? What was the purpose in the context, historically, culturally, linguistically, of Jeremiah? What's the purpose of it? What's the history? Was Jeremiah from the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom? Oh, you didn't know there was two kingdoms? Okay. What was the purpose of the Babylonian exile? How did the Jews, the Hebrews, the Israelites, how did they end up in Babylon? Right? Did you know that there were some in Babylon and then some still in Israel? Or did you just quote Jeremiah because it suits your narrative? You use that single verse, but you don't know anything else in the book of Jeremiah. And this is the ignorance that I'm talking about. And I'm not here to shame anybody or kill anybody's spirit, but like, ignorance begets ignorance. And it's just unfortunate, man. And I want to know what the Bible really says, right? What does the Bible really say? What is the purpose of all these rules and all these regulations? Like, why did God have dietary rules in the first place? Was it because animals were unclean? Not necessarily. He was trying to teach us something. There's holy and unholy. That's what he's trying to teach us. He's not telling you there's holy animals and unholy animals. Is the serpent, can I ask you a question? Is the serpent holy or unholy? See, you may think, according to your Christian tradition and what you've been brought and raised in, the ideology found or theology found in Genesis, right, with the fall of Adam and Eve, you would say the serpent is unholy. Why did Moses have a staff that was in the shape of a serpent? Why is it that the angels that are known as seraphim, which is the plural word for seraph, which means burning ones or fiery serpents in the Hebrew, why do they protect or guard the presence of God? Why are they continually in the presence of God? Those are serpents. Why does God boast in the book of Job for the Leviathan, which is basically a dragon, for lack of a better word, a literal beast of a serpent? So there's a purpose in these things that God does. This book is not a rule book. This book is a guidebook of what? To show you loyalty to God. And what is loyalty to God? Loyalty to God is in everything, by everything, through everything, for God, Yahweh, the only God. That's the purpose of this book. So what does the Bible talk about? How did Paul describe these types of problems, these very problems? Should we celebrate Christmas? Should we not celebrate Christmas? I don't know, but let's go to the second chapter of Colossians to see what he has to say about it. Colossians chapter 2, verse 16. Therefore, let no one pass judgment on you in questions of food and drink, or with regard to a festival, or a new moon, or a Sabbath. These are a shadow of things to come, but the substance belongs to Christ. It's interesting that Christmas is called Christmas, and in the world, they're trying to take Christ out of Christmas, but then Christians are saying Christmas is pagan, it's almost like the devil is having his cake and eating it too. So how can Christmas be pagan if even the world is trying to paganize it? They're trying to paganize it. We can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. We can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. We got to say Happy Holidays. Why? Because Christmas glorifies and honors God. See, sometimes you just got to use logic. Sometimes you just have to look at the situation and say, there's something suspicious about this. There's something just not right with this situation. Maybe before I speak on a topic that I don't know about, maybe I should just look at the situation, see what's the facts, right? Or maybe I'm just the ignorant one and who knows, right? Who knows? Anyways, these are a shadow of the things to come, but the substance belongs to Christ. Let no one disqualify you, insisting on asceticism and worship of angels. What's asceticism? Asceticism is a way of lifestyle that's like living like a monk, restricting everything. Like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. How do we know this? Because he says it later. So let nobody disqualify you, insisting on asceticism and worship of angels, going in on details about visions puffed up without reason by